was like, I don't know how to start it. So, okay, so for YouTube, Creator 101, how many notifications, and if you know the answer because you saw my content, I just am curious what people think. How many notifications do you think that each channel, per day? So a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't get a notification, or people are like, why aren't my notifications going out? How many do you think each channel gets per day? And I will wait because I know it'll take a second. I'm actually going to do... oh, hold on. Oh, man, there it goes right on the screen. Well, that didn't work. There. Sorry. Huh. I just screwed that up. Pretend you didn't see that. Okay, so you guys are saying 3 per day. Can I ask you, where did you get that information? I want to know. And how long have you known it? I'm looking for feedback there's a reason I'm saying this, and I will explain in a minute. While I drink my non-sponsored beverage. Wallflower learned yesterday. The correct answer is 3, by the way. It is 3. If you guys have seen my content. See, look, I got disconnected again. That's really rude. Chat. Not you guys, but... multiple YouTubers. Okay. And seen it personally. Okay. You knew because of Cliff. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you guys something. And there's a reason I'm doing this. I think it's important. I specifically pulled this, read it up for a reason. I have not seen this before. I just pulled it up because it made sense to me. Does YouTube really only allow maximum of 3 notifications for one channel per day? Look what this is. 4 years ago. Okay. So for anyone that is a content creator that has been on this platform for any amount of time, especially if you're a larger creator, especially if you've been around for a minute, you don't have an excuse. You don't have an excuse. 4 years ago. So if you're having issues with notifications, you're wondering why are only some of my videos getting notifications, you should have Googled. I hit one Google search, and this is the first thing that pops up. Does YouTube really only allow a maximum of 3 notifications for one channel per day? I don't understand why this is a feature. I'm subscribed to many Twitch streamers every day. They upload a bunch of stream highlights. It's frustrating. I only seem to get 1 or 2 from them a day. Is there any way to bypass? It's written in their help pages. Okay. Yes, it's a limit they set. 4 years ago, guys. 4 solid years ago. This is not new. Okay. So if you have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and you do not know this, then I don't know how. I don't know how you don't know this. If you upload content consistently every day, how do you not know this? Because this is your job, right? This is what you do. You upload content. Yes, so as someone who's subbed to you and you aren't getting notifications, YouTube is not out to get you. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And it explains a bunch of it. There's a lot of information, but if they just think about it, they say, okay, so here's they did the math right here. System loads. 3 might seem like a few, but I think on the scale of YouTube, let's say there's a total of 5 million channels. So they are doing a hypothetical situation. This is 4 years ago, you guys. 4 years ago. So this was around 2020. So this is before the rise of the live stream reaction channels. This is when reaction channels were still not a major force yet. Because that huge thing happened 2020, 2021, 2022. Okay? In my opinion, I might be wrong. Correct me if you think I'm wrong. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about, music reaction channels. You all know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm explaining. Let's say there's a total of 5 million channels. There's way more than that for multiplicity's sake. If every single one of those channels did 3 notifications a day, that's 15 million notification sets, or 10,400 per minute. This does not take into account how many people are subscribed with their notification on. Let's say 10 each person. Now you're sending 104,000 notifications in total per minute. And these are very conservative numbers. If we go by this, and he puts it right here. If we go by this is 4 years ago, guys. There were 31 plus million channels as of February 2020. There's a lot more possible load than the 5 million we did the example with. When you add in videos uploaded, videos being served, commented, that's a lot of load to balance. That's why there's a cap on how frequently you can comment. It's still hard to hit. That's why there's a limit to the number of videos you can upload per day. There is a cap on the number of videos you can upload a day. I don't know what it is. It's not small. But like if you're uploading like 100 videos, I'm sure that at some point it'll be a thing. I keep disconnecting and reconnecting from the chat, and I'm sorry. I don't know why. Ah, good gracious. Goodness. I don't know why. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm seeing the chat, guys. But if I miss something or if I can disconnect it, I'm sorry. I'm hoping it still records it, because otherwise I just wasted my breath. So guys, send something in the chat so I know you're still here, if you don't mind. Do me a solid. So anyway, the point to this is 4 years ago. This is a known thing. Okay. People are asking, people are answering. This is known. I've known this for years. So how this works is if I were to upload, thank you, Urias, I appreciate it. Thank you guys. See, that helps me a lot because see that now I know that you guys are like, I'm not just like, did I disconnect? I don't know. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So how this works is, okay, for example, if I do this all the time. So I tend to upload 2 to 3 reels or shorts per day. And let's say I upload the first one at 9, I do them way early, but let's say I do 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So at 24 hours later, the 8, 9, and 10 will drop off exactly 24 hours. So you can like do them. Some people post like it in the morning, afternoon, and evening. So they constantly have an open slot if they want to do a live stream or if they want to drop a new video. Every video stands alone. So the 3 notifications, you know, they leapfrog, right? They just leapfrog. So if you post 5 videos and you do it all within that 24-hour period, your last videos aren't going to get notifications. So if you have an automatic notifier in Discord, like I do for Cliff's Discord and my Discord, where it automatically tells you when a video gets posted, you might not get a notification on YouTube. However, you might get a notification through those means, right? It's still going to catch an uploaded video because it's not going off notifications. It's going off of an actual content being posted on that link, your channel link. Okay. So let's say that you're subscribed and you have notification bell on. If you have the notification bell where you get every single notification, you're probably going to get the first 3 notifications if they posted 5 at one time, and that's it. Now, if you have the notification bell that's not the solid one, the one that's like for you, where they like, it's not every notification, but they kind of try to cater. Like if you only click M&M videos from Cliff, then it's going to notify you on the the M&M videos versus if you don't like rock. So if you never click on the rock reactions and you only click on the M&M ones, it's an algorithm that'll push notifications for his M&M stuff, not his rock stuff, or vice versa. Okay, that's how that works. So yeah, if you post 5 videos, those last 2 aren't going to get a notification. That's how, and Cliff does say it all the time, where he talks about when he's live, he's like, well, there's no notifications went out. And that's because he knows that he's already used his 3 notifications for the day, or that they haven't dropped off yet. So he knows that the live stream is not going to go bing. It might for some people, depending on if they're consistent, their algorithm, and they know that they like it, right? They know they like that algorithm, or they know that they always click it. Sometimes YouTube will train the algorithm to let them know. Speaking of, he messaged me like 20 minutes ago. Talking about you. Haha. I'm getting tons of notifications as it is. But anyway, so my point is that it is absolutely what happened yesterday is I was made aware of a video that someone made that's like, oh my gosh, YouTube admitted they limit me to 3 notifications. How could they? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. How could they do that? What? Like, what? 4 years ago, we knew this. This is not news. This is not news. Okay? This is 4 years ago, guys. 4 years ago. And this is just the first thing that popped up. So if you only get 3 in mine set for me, Michael's set for him, and we watch different things. And post one a day and not have notifications go out. I can understand that. See, here's the thing. There's different settings. Like, you could get into all the different things you have to check. Make sure that your push to your subscribers is turned on. Sometimes it doesn't. And here's the thing. I've noticed, and I'm thankful for this, I'm not gonna lie. When there are content creators, I'm gonna put myself on screen, sorry. When there are content creators that I don't click on their videos, I still want to know that they, like, I look at their notifications, they pop up on my feed and stuff, and that's fine. But I don't click on it. I don't need 55 notifications a day. I don't need it. I don't have time for that. I'm never going to click that many. If you consistently swipe away from content, YouTube is not going to keep showing you the content. So it depends. Do you know that your notifications are going out, or are your subscribers telling you they're not going out? Like, did they not notice? Were they not told? Was it not a push notifications? Was that turned on? Do you have it turned on in your settings? There's a million different factors that go into it, but the biggest driving one that people seem to forget, the biggest one that people forget is that YouTube is an algorithm, and they are consistently changing, and they're consistently trying to improve it. So, for example, TikTok, they have the most comprehensive algorithm out there. It literally, if you glance at something and you're looking at it for like a half a second and then you shut the app, it catches that. It catches that you watched it for 3 seconds, and then this, and you know, it files that away for future information, and it constantly builds your algorithm, and it pays attention to what you click on and what you don't click on, and it tries to, the whole goal is to keep you on the app as long as humanly possible. So as YouTube tries to adapt to short form content algorithms, shorts, by the way, count as notifications. So you can post like 1 short and 2 long form videos, and it's still 3. So you don't get 3 of each type. But my point is that as they're building all their algorithms, and see, Brad, that's another thing. I'll address that in a second. I'll address that in a minute. If you consistently click when the notification comes through. Okay, so here's the thing. If you go into your PC, let's say you know that I'm live and you get the notification, but you don't click the notification. What you do is you go to your, let's say you walk over, like this is what I do, by the way, sometimes, depending on who it is. Walk over to my PC and I go click on the link. I go look for it and click on the link that way. It is telling my algorithm and my login that I access it through the browser and not the notifications. So it's telling YouTube that I don't interact or engage with the notifications. And so that is affecting my algorithm, right? So if people swipe their notifications away or don't look at them, don't you dare go on my PC. Get away. You're not sitting on my computer. No, sir. I gave you a chair right here to sit on. Here. Hold on. Come here. Yeah. There we go. There's Felix. I gave him a chair to sit on because he wanted to sit with me. There's my baby. So anyway, if you're not interacting with a push notification or on your For You page, which is like your main feed page, YouTube and any algorithm, this goes for any app, will track that. So it knows that you're more likely to click on something through a browser feature. I just said no. Sir. No, sir. He likes to sit on my PC and the fans are on the top, so I don't want him to like accidentally overheat my computer and like catch himself on fire. Stop. So if that makes any sense, I hope that I'm making sense. I'm sorry I interrupted a couple times, but it's your algorithm. If you don't interact or engage with the notification in the form that they send it to you, they're going to try a different way to get you to come back, like wink, come back to the app. And if you consistently don't click on notifications from specific people, because maybe you go to your PC and you go in the browser setting and you look them up and you pull it that way, or if you use the Discord, it still tells them where you're coming from because we can see it in our algorithms. Okay, we can see that. I can see if people are clicking from their shorts feed or their browser or from an outside link or from a set notification. It tells us where all of our people are coming from. So if it's tracking all of that, and you keep, for some reason, you don't click on it right away, you don't engage with notification, YouTube's going to be like, well, I'm going to stop sending you notifications about that because you don't like it. So inadvertently, you might be actually canceling your own notifications without even intending to, right? Now, when it comes to unsubscribing, that's a whole thing. I am legitimately and sincerely looking you right in the face. I can't see myself looking in the camera, so I hope I'm looking right at you. I have never been unsubscribed from someone without my knowledge. Never. Now, I know people have. I'm not saying that that's not a thing, that doesn't happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I personally have never gone to a page that I expected to be subscribed to and found out I wasn't subscribed. That's never happened. Never. Ever. So I'm not saying that it's not a thing that does happen. What I am saying is that I've heard of it, but it's also, you have to understand, it's also a boy who cried wolf situation. Creators, good, bad, or indifferent, a lot of them do tend to fall back on the, I'm being shadow banned. I didn't get a lot of views on this video. Oh no, I'm shadow banned. Oh, I put out 7 videos and somebody didn't get notifications. Oh no, I'm shadow banned. Not necessarily. People don't understand how the algorithm works, and then they fall out of the algorithm, and then they can't understand why they're not doing well. And unfortunately, until they ask the questions, there's really nothing you can do. It's really hard to explain to someone who's not asking questions. And unfortunately, and shame on subscribers that do this, people love to say, oh, my favorite content creator is being shadow banned. They're just too real for YouTube. It happens. Things happen. People get limited. They hit algorithms. They get on lists, all these things. But is that the instant go-to? No. Not always. And small creators that don't know any better are told these type of things by people, and then they believe them, unfortunately, and they get into kind of a rhythm of the blame game versus the, hey, let's fix this game. I see that quite often. You know what? There's 2 reasons sometimes your comments can get moderated by Google. Google moderates comments. They have an AI bot that decides. It can also be how often you comment. It can also be the channel. I am being completely generalization, guys. Complete generalization. Nobody in particular. I'm sorry. I'm turning the song off. It's driving me crazy not hearing it. Anyway, complete generalization, but the fact is that some people's channel settings, and the creator might not know how their channel moderation settings, they might have it on like super light instead of off. So it still technically moderates things. Sometimes people add things to the moderation because they've had an issue in the past with specific terminology or spam, and then they don't know to turn that off, or they don't know to fix it. You know, there's a lot of different reasons. You like videos on the, okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but the limitation, how many have you guys maxed out your liked videos? I did that like 3 years ago. So you can still like videos, but the max is like 5,000. To, you know, there's like a list, like a playlist almost of all your liked videos, which is why I stopped liking videos. I'm sorry. Because I stopped liking videos that I don't watch and actually enjoy. See, Brad, that's the mentality that a lot of people get into. I can see where you're coming from. I don't know if you can see this. This has been in the back of all mine, and that's not the reason. None of this is the reason. The reason is because I haven't hit my stride. I haven't, when in doubt, change it up, do something different. If you're not hitting the views, and this goes for me as well, you're missing something, or you're stuck in an echo chamber, or you're stuck in a spiral. A lot of people, I don't know how long that you've been a content creator, but I can tell you that, for example, and anyone that's been around this long will probably be able to agree with me on this. Between 21 and 22 was the golden age for independent artists and reaction channels. They were all starting out. Everyone was hyped and excited, and everyone was still home. Between 22 and 23, that started to drop off. They started going live more, and people stopped watching as much because people don't have the hours to sit there because they weren't stuck at home. I am, but they weren't stuck at home. And so they stopped watching for hours and hours on end. It just is what it is. Now, the people that rose to their zenith during the sweet spot, right? They are seeing major dips in views right now. And this is going into the whole vibe and the community and the meta and kind of how things are shifting. This is all my observations and my personal opinion from what I see. And it's very limited to, the type of content that I watch, the type of content that I help with, moderate, or I'm a part of. So it's very limited. It's not across the board. So between 22 and 23, that started to drop off as people started going back to physically go back to work. And now we're at the point where, since a lot of these companies and labels are allowing a lot of this mainstream music to get by, if you do the work and you do the copyright claims and everything, they're allowing it to be done. I'm talking about reaction channels, y'all. It's a little bit away from the independent music because now the go-to is a little bit more mainstream to hit those numbers. Because you have to understand, a lot of people there's a lot more new people coming into the mainstream audience than the new people coming into the independent audience. And so once you hit those numbers, it used to be about 300,000 to 500,000 with a max for like a super hardcore, doing amazing reaction channel with independent artists. And now it's down to about 100,000 to 200, somewhere in that niche is like the cap. And then you have to expand. You have to do other things, bring in other genres, bring in mainstream, all of this stuff. Yeah, they did increase it because it just wasn't making sense, because people were basically they just implemented that. I know that. I actually talked to them not too long ago and was like, you guys said you were implementing. What he's talking about is the short form, longer video. So up to 3 minutes. By the way, if you do a short video and it's over 60 seconds long and it is using copyrighted music, it's no longer under the shorts policy. You will get copyrighted for it, for the record. So keep that in mind, because some people were doing shorts that were under a minute long, and it would be the shorts policy, and it would allow you to use that music without hitting the copyright algorithm or the copyright moderation or whatever. But if it is 1 second over a minute, it will nail you for those, and it'll copyright those. So can't get away with that no more. I'm reading the comments, y'all. Sorry. I'm trying to. I've been just on a tangent, so I haven't been reading the comments as much as I should. And this contact is decided that it's like blurry. And I want to put eye drops in, but I think that'd be really weird to do on stream, even though they're right here. I might just do that in a second. You know, I understand that. If you still hate shorts and you refuse to watch them, that's your prerogative. I mean, but guess what? Most people do. And the target audience, I mean, if you want to limit yourself and make your target audience as a content, and then, like I said, I'm still under the content creator advice section. Well, for what it's worth, people are like, well, you're not even monetized. Okay. Does that mean I know what I'm talking about? Anyone that knows me will tell you I know what I'm talking about. But besides the point, your general audience, your millions of views, your success is not coming from the people that are like, I'm not watching shorts. That's not your audience. I'm sorry, not sorry. That's not any content creator's audience, because that's not the need. That's not the target audience, because that's not what's going to get them views. It's not going to get them paid. And I'm not saying that a lot of content creators do aim for that audience and they're okay with that. And that's fine. But I'm saying if they're wanting to grow and they're wanting to expand and they're wanting to become bigger and consistently gain subscribers and get views, you got to do shorts. It's just that simple. And I understand that people don't watch them. That's fine. You don't have to watch them. Then just don't, you know. But don't hate on any creator for making them, because frankly, you've got to do everything you can to get your content out there as far as you can. You got to promote yourself. It depends if you're looking for ad revenue or sponsors. YouTube don't pay any. It depends on what kind of content you do. If you do all completely original content, like if you're doing commentary, like I'm doing right now, I'm fully monetizable, right? So I could get ad revenue technically if I got the views. Sponsorships, I've never had a sponsorship. I certainly don't get sponsored for my beverage. Wildflower shorts are commercials if you use them in that way. Right? So like if I clip up the part of this and I put it into a short format and then I post it just to kind of say, hey guys, this is what we were talking about. You should go check it out. Then yes, it would be a commercial. It's promotion. But see, here's the thing. People have to understand that there's a huge, huge majority of the audience on every platform who is not going to click long form content. They don't care. They're going to scroll. Are you talking about like, okay, Ida, are you specifically asking about like Cliff's videos? Because obviously I edit those. So if that's what you're talking about, just tell me. I'll answer your question. That's not a problem. I just want to make sure that I'm answering the right question. You guys can ask me any question you want. You can ask about me. You can ask about what I do. You can ask about other people. I'll answer what I want and what I can before I get out of here in a little bit. Because I know that Nick's live, which is cool. Locked Wolf is live. So by the way, you guys, feel free to join the Discord. I don't know if I have the link in the description. I do have the membership link in the description and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you want to support that way, if you want the cool little emoji next to your name, you have emojis, by the way. If you guys remember, you have emojis you can use in the chat itself that I picked out. I need to get more, so you guys go ahead and give me suggestions on those.